We are going to prepare for this exact internal exam paper. Your goal is to walk into the testing room with a study guide built directly from the official curriculum in about 6 minutes. We will tackle this in 3 distinct stages. First, we will establish the short botanical definitions. Second, we will expand on the commercial scope of cultivation. And finally, we will profile specific species for the long-form questions. The primary difficulty lies in the source material. If you look at these study notes, you'll see a hybrid of Marathi text and English headers. We must translate these specific descriptions and map them directly to the English questions on the exam. By applying these specific facts to the exam's rigid framework, we ensure the final study guide is technically accurate and aligned with the test requirements. Section 1 contains 6 short questions worth 2 marks each. For these, we want to secure points quickly using strict botanical definitions. For question 1A, which asks for the botanical name of the oyster mushroom, we checked this section of the notes. While they show Pleurotus osterastus, we need to write the correct scientific name for the exam, Pleurotus austriatus. Question 1B on history follows a clear timeline in our notes. We begin with ancient Egypt and the pharaohs, move through Greek and Roman usage, note mentions in the Vedas, and conclude with the Chinese, who established medicinal cultivation over 600 years ago. This comparative table provides the data for question 1C. To separate edible mushrooms from toxic ones, note that edible varieties do not change color when cut. They do not turn purple. They also tend to lack a distinct or attractive visual appearance compared to poisonous varieties. For these short responses, precision is your priority. Memorizing the exact scientific names and historical timelines secures your marks early and builds your momentum for the essay sections. Questions 1D and 1E move into the biology of spawn. In commercial cultivation, spawn serves as the foundational seed for the entire crop. This flowchart details the exact physical makeup of spawn. It is produced by combining thoroughly sterilized grains, typically wheat or bajra, with a pure fungal culture. This process cannot be executed in an open environment. Because we are isolating a specific fungus, we need specialized lab equipment to maintain the sterile conditions necessary to prevent contamination from competing molds. Question 1E asks for 4 core facilities required for this process. You must list a dedicated spawn preparation laboratory, an autoclave for sterilization, a laminar airflow hood for safe inoculation, and an incubator to control the growth climate. To complete the short answers with question 1F, we check the nutrition bullet points in our notes. Note that mushrooms provide high volumes of proteins, vitamins, and minerals, while retaining a very low fat content. Understanding the biological engineering behind the crop connects the theory of cultivation to the practical requirements of a sterile laboratory. We will now move to the 6-mark essay questions, starting with the scope of mushroom cultivation. These answers require a highly structured multi-point argument. To structure the scope essay, start with health. Explain the high nutritional and medicinal benefits that help combat widespread protein deficiency in vegetarian populations. Next, note the resource requirements. Mushroom crops have a low resource dependency, requiring minimal physical space, even small sheds are sufficient, and a low initial capital investment. Then explain the turnaround time. Highlight the highly efficient cultivation cycle, which typically yields a harvest in just 20 to 45 days. Close the response with the broader economic picture. Detail the macroeconomic impact. Mushroom farming creates local jobs, utilizes agricultural waste, and generates foreign currency through international exports. The final essay question asks for a comprehensive profile of the button mushroom. Looking at the taxonomy section of our notes, you must trace the hierarchy strictly from kingdom fungi through the genus Agaricus to the specific species Bisporus. Commercially, the button mushroom is the dominant global variety, cultivated extensively in more than 70 countries. Finally, checking the specific characteristics in our notes, describe its color phases. It presents a white color when immature and naturally darkens to a brown hue as it reaches full maturity. Presenting these long answers with clear bullet points and exact taxonomical data provides the level of technical detail required for a high-scoring response. We have now mapped and translated every required section on this internal exam paper. You have traced historical timelines, reviewed the sterile engineering of spawn production, and structured the macroeconomic arguments for the essay portion. Before the exam, review these structured points and practice writing the Latin scientific names to ensure your final preparation is complete. Organizing raw notes directly into the framework of the test requirements is the most effective way to approach any technical academic exam. Good luck!